Hello, my friends, and welcome. This is John Rambo Presents The Show. And I am, of course, joined by the King of the Ring, the World Heavyweight Champion of co-hosting. Ladies and gentlemen, OJ is here.
Bring it! Hi.
What's going on today, sir?
Not a heck of a lot. Just getting ready for my friend's wedding this weekend.
A wedding? Do you enjoy going to weddings?
I've only been to one, and let's just say there was music from The Hobbit, and we all played Left 4 Dead 2 at the reception.
Do you dance the electric slide and the Macarena and all that stuff? Are
No,
you that
but
guy?
I did eat cake.
You just eat cake?
We played Pandemic.
All right, so are you excited about the show today?
Oh, heck yeah.
You're excited?
Yeah.
Physically and emotionally, or just one of the other?
You'd rather not have that question
Okay.
answered.
So I want to start off today with an announcement, and I want to have some details about, or an update about an announcement, which is also coming.
Meta.
So I want to make it official. OJ and I will be attending Magfest in January. That's correct, you're coming?
Darn right.
All right, so that's January, what, 7th, I believe, or something?
Let me check my calendar.
All right,
I
while you
believe
check.
January, the Saturday is the 7th.
Okay, so we're going to be there all weekend. This is Magfest in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a great time. And if you were paying attention to DSP Gaming Channel, which I'm sure you have been the past couple days, I was actually on there, I think it was on Tuesday, along with Howard, along with Phil, and we announced that this coming Saturday, we will be revealing some details about what we will be presenting at Magfest, what we'll be announcing at Magfest. So this Saturday on the DSP Gaming Channel, which is tomorrow, because this is going up on Friday, you will find out what this announcement will be, or our insight into what this announcement is.
We wait with bated breath.
And OJ, you actually know what the announcement is.
Oh, do I? Do I indeed?
Why don't you tell everyone what the announcement is? Just tell them right now what it is.
It's awesome.
Just tell them right now.
You said you're doing it Saturday. I'm not jumping the gun.
Just tell them, John.
I'm
Tell
not
them
jumping
now.
the gun. No.
They want to know, OJ. You know what it is.
If you guys want to know, like he said, you got to listen to DSP Gaming on Saturday.
All right, so OJ refuses to reveal the news.
I was told in strict confidence.
It's your fault, because I said you could tell them, but you're not doing it.
You told me I couldn't say a word, sir.
So I'm hoping so Saturday everyone's going to find out what this is, what it's all about. Hoping for next week's show, we could have Howard on the show.
That would be awesome.
And I'm pretty sure he wants to do it. He hasn't been on yet. We've done like 12 episodes. He's yet to be on the show.
You want the horrifying truth?
What do you mean?
I've never met Howard.
John's never met Howard.
No.
But Howard is coming to Magfest. You will meet him there.
Awesome.
And Howard's a big part of this announcement. He actually is the person who kind of got it rolling in the first place. So he's an important piece of all this.
Good man.
So we want to get him on next week and maybe do a little interview and talk a little bit about it.
Good stuff.
You in agreement with that?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
All right. So as always, you can download the show at geekfiregifts.com/the show.
Mm-hmm.
Spread the digital gonorrhea. It is taking over the nation. People are dropping dead with the disease.
It's a good burn.
It's like the Joker serum. You fall apart, but you have a big smile on your face. You enjoyed it.
It was the best moment of your life.
I'm trying to come up with a name for the viewers, because I don't like just calling the listeners or the viewers.
Yeah.
You know? And the Grateful Dead, of course, their fans are called the Deadheads.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers, their fans are called the Cheeseheads.
Yes.
Yankee fans are called A-holes.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
I joke about it. I was trying to make you pop because you hate the Yankees.
Well, no, I was just content to let it ride.
All right. I know that was going to I knew that would make you pop, so that's why I threw it in there. But
Sure.
I'm trying to come up with a name for the people that like John Rambo Presents and OJ. So one of the suggestions I came up with was the Rambros. What do you think about that?
That's pretty good, although it's pretty close to Rambronies, which would be somewhat disturbing.
Is that something?
Bronies or something. But you don't want you don't want to, you don't want to get confused.
I think Rambros is cool.
Yeah.
But it kind of sounds like you're ramming bros.
Yeah, that's a little negative imagery right there. I mean, if you're talking about Rambros spreading digital gonorrhea, it evokes a rather unpleasant image.
The one that I like is Rambones, the Rambones.
That would be an awesome band,
And you
dude.
could say the Rambones spread the digital gonorrhea.
Yeah.
And the Rambones do this.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the two I came up with. I don't know if you got anything.
Honestly, I came up with I thought of Rambones too.
That's pretty obvious, I think.
Rambones, it's better Rambones than adding an ER, but
Ramboners.
That was I
don't know,
of Tromboner.
Like all right, here's the deal. I want to use one of these things, so let us know if you like either one of them, if you'd like to be called that, or if you have a new suggestion, come up, let us know what that is too. Because a lot of the stuff we come up with is actually from the audience. They're very creative. Much more than us most of the time. And
let me tell you, dude, if you ever start a band, Johnny and the Rambones, you got it.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
All right, maybe, but I don't know. Let us know about things. I want to have some sort of. We have an army now. We have to have a title. We can't just be the viewers. That's not cool.
Yeah, I mean, any army should have a name they can really believe in. You know.
All right. So moving on here, I kind of got a couple segments I wrote out here. This was a week of new dashboards and new layouts for multiple things.
Yeah.
You don't like it? All right, the first one I want to talk about is Xbox Live had an update. Have you done this yet?
I have not. I the last time I played a console, it was to play Skyward Sword. So the Xbox has actually been resting.
All right, so there's a new Xbox Live. It's pretty different, actually. At the same time, it's kind of the same. It does all the same things. It just looks a little different. But I don't really mind it that much because the guide button is exactly the same. Well, like when you hit the guide button,
yeah,
all that stuff's exactly the same. And it was actually always faster to get places on the Xbox just by hitting the guide button anyway.
Yeah, well,
so that's completely the same, which I appreciate. Changed some things around. They made the quick play or quick launch a lot more prevalent, and that was something that you got to through the guide button only. And a lot of people didn't even know about that, the quick launch feature, which basically like you go to it and it shows like all the stuff you can bring into categories like recently downloaded or all your games and stuff in alphabetical order. And I actually did a video last year where I was doing something and I used it in a video, right?
Yeah.
And people were like, I didn't even know that existed. Quick launch, wow, So they made that much more prevalent. There's definitely a lot more product placement now.
Wait, are there ads all over it now?
The way it's set up is to like make you more interested in like buying things.
Oh, joy. Lovely.
There's like an app store or whatever or something. I don't know. But Bing is now part of Xbox Live, and it's like just there. Like you go all the way. If you keep pushing left, it'll say Bing, and then you can search for like a movie or a game through Bing.
Interesting. Then you turn over to your laptop and go, oh, huh.
So they're trying to get Bing over, I guess. Is it a Microsoft property?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so they're definitely pushing that. And also, like, when you start your game, the old dashboard, like your game on your dash would be like a big box, right?
Yeah. With
your game in it. Now it's like a tiny box, and next to it is a giant box that has like some sort of Xbox Live ad in it. But it's got some new features like cloud saving.
So you can basically pick up your account, go to someone else's Xbox, and continue where you were?
And access your saves, yeah. I don't know if you can do both at the same time. That's what I don't know if you can do cloud saving and saving on the system at the same time.
Yeah, I'd prefer that you could do one, and then it would update your system when you got back home. But
yeah, I don't know if you can do that.
I
don't know if you can do that because I would never save to the cloud because obviously my power is always going out over here, as we've talked about before. So what if I have no power? I can't play. So.
Well, you mean no internet? You lose power, you can't play anyway.
Right. And I've heard that you cannot use the party system. The party system is one of the selling points of Xbox Live. It's pretty much what sets it apart from the PSN. How you could be doing anything, and your friend could be doing anything that's different than you. And you can both be talking at the same time. And I heard that you can't use the party system while watching Netflix anymore.
Oh, but that was so cool.
I don't know if that's true, but someone told me this.
I heard something funny.
What did you hear?
They switched the Y and X buttons for open the system tray and whatever the other button did. They switched them around now.
What is the purpose of this? What is the meaning of this?
Probably because you're more likely to hit X than you are to hit Y. So they wanted to move the open the tray button somewhere you were less likely to hit it. I'm not positive. Oh. I haven't turned on my Xbox, but the interwebs told me so.
Of course, when I go to DSPs, I always have to recover my gamer tag to his system.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how that works with this new dashboard, how it's going to be different.
That was always such a pain.
I'll definitely talk about it if it's different or anything like that. But overall, I don't find it any better or worse than the other Xbox dashboard. It's just kind of the same thing with, fresh coat of paint on it, and I don't know. All the same stuff's there.
If there's one thing I would love Microsoft to do, this would make me so glad that I randomly bought an Xbox memory card, would be if you could save your profile to the card and just pick it up and bring it with you.
I think you can, actually.
You can, really. I have never found out how to do that.
And you actually don't even need the memory cards anymore. You can use, memory sticks.
So you can save, so you don't have to recover your gamer tag if you save it to the memory card and bring it with you?
I think you can do that, but I've never done it.
That would be awesome.
I'm pretty sure you can do that. I've just never bothered. Well, I'm pretty sure that's
even if you can't, at the very least, my memory card came with the game Worms, so I'm happy.
Cool. They don't even make those memory cards anymore, so just hold on to it.
Oh, sweet.
Collector's item.
Bam.
And the other thing, they got a new layout, a new dashboard, I don't know what you call it. YouTube itself.
New user interface.
New user interface. Very good. With the technical terms. So, I know you did it last night. I was actually on the phone with you while you were doing it.
Yeah.
And then I actually followed suit this morning, and I have switched over now. So what do you think about this whole new thing?
Well, I hadn't spent too much time for the old one, but it was pretty confusing. I mean, it seems like it's more powerful. Like, you can do more different stuff and customize stuff a little bit more, but it also seems less intuitive. Old YouTube was like, I'm half asleep, it's 3 a.m., I can upload a video, do whatever I want, and it's going to work. With this one, it seems like you have to think about it. It comes out better, but you got to think about it, which is kind of annoying.
Overall, I think I actually like it better. Because you look at the old YouTube page, how big it is, and there's so much wasted space.
This is true.
Like, what is going on? And it doesn't even show all your videos or all your playlists or anything, but it's like a full page. So what is the purpose of the page? The purpose of the page is to show your videos, so people can get to your videos. And I like how I could feature all my playlists now. I have 20 playlists. I have 24 playlists. You can only do 20 on the page. So I don't know if it's going to be easy for people to find the 4 that are missing or not.
Also, I'm having trouble. We're trying to figure out where channel comments go.
Yeah, I don't think there are any. You could comment, and it goes to another page, but I don't know how to access that page.
I mean, I've gotten emails about it, like, oh, blah, 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 I sent you a comment. I'm like, cool.
You can't find it?
I can't find it for the life of me. So, guys, those of you who sent me comments, someone sent me a test comment, actually, that said test comment, for which I am grateful.
Yeah, I think people don't even know, themselves. They're trying to do it, but I don't know where it's going.
It is a mystery.
Another thing is you can't show your subscriptions or your friends.
Oh?
You can, on your page where your subscriptions go. You can manually select channels.
Yeah.
That you feature, but doesn't just automatically show subscribers or friends or anything like that. So.
But when they show subscribers, then everyone gets to see who all the other cool people are.
Well, you have to manually do it now. I think. I don't know.
Oh.
I really like how you can put your websites on the right side of the page. I think it's an awesome idea.
That's nice. Yeah.
So I don't have to see how it goes with this thing.
I think it could go well. I mean, it's a little weird. I'm also leery of the upcoming Gmail update.
I already got that, I think.
Yeah, I've been very comfortable with the old Gmail update, and I fear change very much. No, I'm just kidding. But it's going to take some getting used to. One of my friends called me. She finally clicked the upgrade to the new Gmail, and had some serious problems finding stuff. Was not freaking out. Was just why would they do this? So I'm a little worried about what it's going to be like. But if it's anything
people don't like
Google
this
Docs,
stuff, man.
Well, we get used to something and we don't want change, right?
Well, plus this is all extra stuff in your life, So people are doing their work, going to work all day or school or whatever, come home, they just want to do their normal routine, and it's I got to learn this freaking new thing now. It's annoying.
Yeah, I just wanted to check my email, record a video, post it, and go to bed. Nope.
On my channel, if you go to if you're watching my channel right now, if you look at my channel page, I haven't figured out how to put the banner and the background together.
Seriously?
I figured out how to do the background, my same old background, but I can't put the banner, and if I put the banner, I can't put the background, so now I have to figure that out. So right now it's just the banner and a gray background.
Ah, dang, dude.
Which isn't even that bad. It looks pretty clean and nice, so I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure it out. So we're talking about YouTube and stuff. What's going on your channel this week?
All right, well, my channel...
This last time we talked, what's been going on?
My channel's been relatively quiet. I've got another series that I've seen that's going to be ready for past expiration, episode 2, sometime soon. Possibly this weekend. The problem with this week is that I've been getting ready for my friend's wedding. So, and I lost.
I'll tell your friend I can't be doing this stuff. I got to be working on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, I know. Well, unfortunately, I lost my dress pants that I was going to wear to the wedding, and my shoes have holes in them. So I had to go out shopping, buy new stuff, make sure it fit, make sure it's all ironed. Yeah, it's driving me nuts, man. But I'm hoping to get something recorded Saturday night before I go to my grandparents' house.
You usually ask him to move the wedding to another day so you can do your stuff.
You know, that's a good idea. He's not in the office tomorrow. Dang it.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah, but I also have been I was experimenting a little bit with this new handy dandy YouTube thing as we discussed, and hopefully I'll get something worked out. And I'm looking for a new camera so I can record indoors.
I see.
Yeah.
So over on my channel, I uploaded the mailbag. I don't know if you saw it. Did you check it out?
I did.
With a pretty cool logo created by...
I'm impressed. That is amazing.
A gentleman named Lloyd. Lloyd himself is the man who created that thing. It's pretty cool.
Gentleman Lloyd?
Lloyd himself is his name. Let's call
Lloyd
him
himself. Thank you very much, Lloyd.
Yes.
Is that a Tales of Symphonia reference?
I don't know. What you always try to relate everything to games, man. Just let it be.
Okay. There's a character named Lloyd.
What is going on here?
All
Everything's about games.
In my life. That's where I am.
But that made your problem because, like, YouTube this was on Tuesday morning. I wanted to upload on Tuesday morning.
Oh, yeah.
So YouTube's had some kind of problem or something. It was just going through, like, a maintenance or something, which is kind of strange because it's, like, 3 days after they launched the new YouTube, and they already have maintenance going on, right? So I didn't know this, so I tried to upload the video, and it says, upload failed, right? So I sat there, uploaded it, filled out all the stuff, the tags, the description, the title. And it says, upload failed. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'll do it tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So I go out, I'm doing stuff, go back to YouTube like 8 hours later, 8 or 9 hours later. The video went up. like it went up like an hour. Like I got to the computer like 8 hours later and went up. It had been up for an hour. And it goes up and it has none of the stuff, none of the descriptions, none of the tags or anything I filled out. So it's just mailbag. That's it. So it was kind of annoying because I was like, why did it go up after it said it failed? And it just goes up like raw like that.
That's messed up, dude.
It was kind of annoying, but I was able to quickly scramble and fix it. And, of course, it's on the channel. You can check it out. It's also available for download at thegeekfiretips.com/the-show.
/the-show.
And there will be more mailbags coming. I don't know when we're going to do it. Maybe maybe next week or so. I don't know. 2 weeks
it depends on how swollen your bag becomes.
It's pretty swollen, dude. I'm getting a ton of questions now because we did that.
And to make it better, and the hilarious part is that we posted, we're like, all right, guys, let's get to some of your questions, and then it spawned more questions.
Right. So it's just there's a lot of questions. We're gonna have to dig through this at some point. Really good ones, though. Really good ones.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to talk about, I want to talk about the NBA. the NBA season is back.
You should just call it like the A, because that's as much of the season you're getting.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you don't care about the NBA is back? Does it mean anything to you?
I'm glad it's back. I'm just sad that they lost so much of the season. Sorry, pardon my.
I don't think anyone really cares. Is what I'm trying to say.
That's sad.
But I actually do care. I'm a big fan of the NBA. Basketball fan, and have been for a long time. I've been to many games. I went to the NBA Finals in 1999.
Nice.
Which was the last time there was a lockout actually. In '99, and the Knicks made it to the finals that year. So maybe they could do it again this year because it's another lockout. Probably not, but I'm a big Knicks fan. I actually saw the Jordan era Bulls against the Knicks in the '90s several times.
Wow.
But the NBA's back, and they were basically a lockout. It was a disagreement. It's always nice to be able to argue about what to do with millions of dollars,
They should, seriously, they could just let me arbitrate. Just give me all the money, I'll have it, and everyone's
Hopefully
happy.
You and I someday have an argument over millions of dollars.
Now, I hope you mean an argument, not an argument about millions of dollars, but an argument where we're on top of millions of dollars, just arguing about whatever.
I was going the other direction, but you were actually saying...
Yeah, I'm saying...
Why would you have an argument if you're sitting on the millions of dollars?
Maybe my margarita was too cold. I don't know. Your robot butler didn't do a good enough job.
Right. I think that's actually what the NBA dispute was about, robot butlers, and they're not serving the players correctly. And that was pretty much the dispute.
The tuxedo was exactly 3 degrees off.
Yes. But I believe Christmas Day is actually the opening of the season, And so I'm a big fan, so I may, from time to time on the show, I may talk about the NBA if something like big happens or there's a certain game or something. I may, probably, especially in the playoffs, once we get to that, if we get that far with this, hopefully we will.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, probably from time to time talk about it, and you can always throw comments, questions about basketball my way. I'd like to field those questions as well.
We're not going to have to fight because I like the Celtics, right?
Do you like the Celtics? But you don't even see, like, you don't even watch the sport though. So
I know. It's just that if I had to pick a team to win that I'd want to win, it would probably be the Celtics. Then
I don't really take it seriously though, because you don't really watch it. You just gotta like the Celtics.
Well, yeah, because my dad's from Boston.
All right, but that doesn't make me angry or anything, because I don't think you're really serious about it.
Oh, okay. I'll have to find a better way to troll you.
So related to the NBA season coming back, you wanted to talk about something.
Oh, you mean related to somewhere where you may, I don't know, purchase some tickets?
Yes, what's going on with that?
Well, my friends and I decided we wanted to go see a show this February, and we saw a lovely little we saw that we could buy tickets for a lovely little number called The Book of Mormon.
So I want to go to that. It's expensive.
Yes, it was. So I went off to the lovely internet and found I could purchase tickets through Ticketmaster. Well, apparently, Ticketmaster is going to be the defendant in a class action lawsuit against them because they were charging excessively ridiculous fees.
Over, like, how long a time period is this, though?
October 21st, 1999 and October 19th, 2011.
It's really interesting because anyone that's bought tickets from Ticketmaster, you already know this. Because you see all these bizarre charges, right?
Yeah.
Service charges, this and that. But what's interesting about it is that in the mid-'90s, I think Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam and a couple other people, like musicians from that era, were like against Ticketmaster. They were saying that they're ripping people off, and they're charging, and they're basically a monopoly.
Mm.
Because all these arenas, be it whatever, your Madison Square Gardens or whatever, Ticketmaster is the only one that could sell tickets to these events. So there is, like, Ticketmaster's a monopoly. They're ripping people off. I remember at the time, everyone was just like, "What are you talking about? Shut up!" And they were like mocking these bands and these musicians who were saying this. And then here we are now, and they were pretty much correct about this all along. So
yeah, like there were a lot of big things that they were getting upset at. Apparently, now since I ordered those tickets, I mean, I'd heard about this on the news, from the interwebs, but I actually got an email from an email address that's called Ticket Fee Litigation.
Yes.
And they're saying that that
You're reading this?
Yeah, I just had to put it in front of the microphone.
All right, let's do it.
That everybody who bought tickets between those those Octobers and paid money to Ticketmaster for an order processing fee that wasn't refunded, lived in the U.S. when they purchased the tickets, and don't opt out, blah blah blah, they will receive now. There's about $2 million worth of attorney's fees. I mean, $2 million worth of money awarded, right? That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
16.5 million is going to the attorneys.
Well, that's nice.
So, and here's what we get to make up for that terrible, terrible fee. We get $1.50 off of the future Ticketmaster purchase.
So that's what you got, $1.50?
$1.50 if I buy tickets from Ticketmaster again.
Doesn't make sense to me though. What if you bought like 100 tickets during this time? One guy bought one ticket. You still get the same amount?
Yeah, unless I made different transactions. Because apparently, if you asked for fast shipping, they charged you a ton of money.
Right. So
if you charged fast shipping,
do they charge you to print the tickets?
Yeah, they charge you to do everything.
If you want to print the tickets off your computer, bring them. They charge for that.
Yeah. You get $5 off of a UPS code.
So I'm kind of angry because I feel like I should get the $1.52 because I bought tickets since then.
Yeah, I don't know why. You should get something, but I think it was only if you went to Ticketmaster.com.
I don't think I really care about $1.50, but...
Well, but the thing is, Ticketmaster is... I mean, sure they lost, like $20 million, but think about it. Everybody, if they want to get their $1.50... has to buy at least one ticket to a Broadway show.
Dude, they made so much money, and they don't even have to do a lot of work.
Not anymore.
I'm not saying they don't do any work, but what do they do? They basically sign agreements with the venues, and then print tickets, and then ship them to you.
Yeah.
They're getting a nice chunk of change.
And they charge you like you said, to print them yourself, so they don't even have to ship them to you.
Right.
Yeah, one of the big things, the two big things that people are getting upset about was the order processing fee and charging you. They don't say how much money was excessive they charged you for UPS to get overnight shipping, but it's a lot of money.
You can't even name. Can you name another ticket company?
Is Ticketmaster Telecharge? That's them, right?
I think so. I don't even know, but
I got nothing.
Yeah.
The police. No,
I remember back in the old days, man, with Ticketmaster, they had like booths because there was no internet.
Yeah, you'd have to actually go over.
You actually have to go. There was like a Ticketmaster place. You would have to go.
Didn't they used to have one at the mall?
Yeah, the mall had one inside of like Sears or something, but not anymore. But
no.
In any case, screw Ticketmaster. Screw evil corporations. Eddie Vedder was correct about you all along.
He was correct about a lot of things.
He was correct about a lot of things.
He still is.
Much like Jesus. All right, moving on. Let's talk about. Let's do some comments, Johnny.
Bam!
We had way too many positive comments from last week's show. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We'll try to do a worse job next time.
There's extreme love fest going on in the comments section. It was very much appreciated.
Yeah, seriously.
I wonder if they're trolling us though. I don't know if it's serious.
We can't tell if you're being sarcastic, but if you're not, thank you so much.
Right, you have to tone down the love because if it's such high praise, then it comes off as sarcastic. I can't tell.
Aww.
I'm not used to that kind of affection. Okay. All I know is pain. Okay.
John, know this.
I don't know what this means.
Know this. You are loved.
Now I feel even more creeped out than ever. Read the comments.
All right. This one is from Warnock1. Agreed completely with both of you guys on numbered reviews. The scores are too subjective to be taken seriously, and it's silly putting a numerical value on a game just for the sake of it. At this point, I ignore reviews altogether and do my own research before buying if I'm not already 100% convinced. It's funny how seriously people take one person's score of a game. The fact that someone compared to Rambo about a purposely awkward score not being high enough is beyond ridiculous.
Yeah, of course, from last week we were talking about I had a little rant about numbered reviews. So a lot of comments kind of came out about that, and a lot of people agreed with that. So
it's just a kind of completely silly, subjective thing. I mean, we like putting numbers and values and scores and everything because if you put
everything's a competition.
Hmm?
Everything's a competition for some reason. That's how like people judge things. Like,
yeah.
Everything's got to be judged. Everything's got to be criticized completely, and I don't know. It's just how it is, man.
And I mean, honestly, if you give it a number, then you can put it on a chart, and people love charts.
So also a lot of comments last week about we mentioned Wilson, the character from Home Improvement. I guess the actor has passed away.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And you were so completely insensitive that you just didn't even recognize his death.
I hadn't realized it.
You knew it, but everyone knows this, and you.
Well, I know now.
Offensive.
Oh, I get it. Offensive. Very funny. Make fun of the fact that he stays behind a fence. Thank you, John. I'm the insensitive one?
But he was a great actor and played a great role in the show. And, rest in peace, I guess, to Wilson,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I meant no offense. Please don't pick at us.
Okay. What else we got here?
All right. This one's from Rick Skier. I think a rating scale that would work should be a buy, rent, or avoid system.
Should be steal, destroy, or burn, I think, should be the way it goes.
I don't know. Well, there's steal, destroy, and maybe borrow and never return.
Borrow never. That's what people used to do when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah,
high school. From Blockbuster, you would rent it and never bring it back.
Oh, I thought you were talking about what I... let's take a little segue here. Wanted to surprise you with this maybe in person, but my parents and I were cleaning up, moved a bookshelf. Speaking of borrow and never returning, I got something here that you lent to me.
You do not have it.
Oh, I've got it.
Wait. I don't even remember what it is, but I know there's something that you had that you lost, and I used to hammer this for years and years.
Yeah, you see, what happened was...
I don't even remember what it was anymore.
Yeah, he lent me something, which I'll reveal in a moment, and...
But you know what this means, though? This means that you were incorrect the whole time, because you said you gave it back to me.
Actually, well, let's get to that. Let me finish this.
All right, go ahead.
John lent me some stuff for before I went to go study abroad in Japan, and one of them was Pokemon Ruby, I believe.
Yes.
Which I couldn't beat the final boss, so I gave it back when I got home. And he lent me another game, and I wanted to give it back, and he said, "No, don't give it back until you beat it." I'm like, "No, dude, I want to give this back to you." "No, don't do it." He wouldn't let me give it back. Despite the fact that we know that when I try to give something back to somebody and they don't take it, bad
That's
things
not justification for losing something.
It's not justification
You understand that?
Well, it doesn't matter because right here in my hand, copyright Sonic Team Sega Corporation 2001 with stickers on it from THQ, Sega, Nintendo, and Sonic Team. Sonic Advance for the Game Boy
Holy
Advance.
shit, man, you found this thing.
Do you hear this crinkling? That's the little plastic bag
I haven't played it in 10 years.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I can't believe this is how we had arguments about this forever, because he would go, you lost my game, how could you do this? Oh, I told you to take it back, and you wouldn't take it back.
Yeah.
But I was trying to let you have fun with the game.
No, I had as much fun as I could have with the game. I think I finished the game, and I wanted to give it back. And
I don't think so, man, because why would I tell you to keep it, though?
Because you hate me. You remember somebody lent me a couple of Dragon Ball Z videos, and I said, oh, here, take these back. I won't have time to watch them, and they refused to take them back. Yeah. I still haven't found them.
You lost someone's DBZ videos.
Dude, yeah, this was before the Sonic Advance thing.
You found my Sonic Advance. I don't even have a Game Boy Advance anymore. I can play it on the GameCube.
Or DS, if you have a regular DS.
That you found this. I can't believe it.
Well, I remember. Well, the sad thing is,
insane mess that was your basement and your room. I can't believe this.
Well, John, here's the thing. I remembered that I put it down on the bookshelf in my basement, right near my PlayStation 2 box that it came in. And I came in one day and it was gone. Well, that bookshelf, it fell through every single level of the bookshelf.
Nice.
All the way to the bottom.
So am I getting this back? You need to deliver this to my home tomorrow in the morning?
I'm going to deliver it to you next time I see you.
I want it 6 a.m. tomorrow.
6 a.m. tomorrow? I can't do 6 a.m. tomorrow. I got...
Look, I didn't file a class action lawsuit against you.
All right, they'll give you $1.50 and keep the effing game.
Yeah, $1.50 and the game. That's what I want. All right, that's funny news, man. It's pretty interesting.
Thank you. I've been sitting on that for a little while, but...
All right, let's continue with this.
All right. So here's another comment here. I don't even watch TV anymore. Everything I watch is GSP, John, and now OJ. And Fridays being my favorite day because I get to listen to the show, which I have to say is the best thing on YouTube. From Rick Skier.
Rick Skier, 2 comments this time.
Oh,
that is awesome.
Rick Skier again. Splendid.
Rick Skier again. That is very nice of you to say. But as I always tell people on TV make a lot more money than us, so therefore they are better.
This will be one of the arguments that John and I will have over $1 million.
Yes. Let's continue here.
Okay. Here's another one. Gonna be completely honest, I was kind of skeptical about listening to this, being they were always really long and not sure if I enjoy the content, but I have to admit, I'm glad I did, and I'll listen to every one of them from now on. Now to go back and listen to the other ones you've done. Keep up the good work. From Dub H Gall 13, Doob Gall 13?
Dub H Gall 13.
Okay, Dub H Gall 13. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for giving us a chance.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't. I mean, it's especially on the first episode, there was a couple people that were like, too long not watching.
Too long, didn't watch.
But it's like 4 minutes after the video's been uploaded.
Yeah.
So I didn't even give it a shot.
Yeah, that's all we ask.
That's a really terrible trait to have in life.
We just ask for you to take a small taste of the digital gonorrhea and see if you like it.
Just take an injection into your anus.
Or orifice.
Right. But I mean, we're not even talking about the show specifically or us specifically. It's just a terrible treat to have in life where you're not just going to reject things by the cover of the book, basically, is what you're doing. And it's going to hold you back in life. Because you're not going to experience things and you have to try to take chances with things.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're 2 minutes into the video and you see it's an hour or something, give it 10 minutes or see how, just let it flow. Just don't focus on the negative off the bat.
Yeah,
it's like they didn't even listen to it. They just go, what can I pick off of this that is negative to me, and then I can avoid it.
Well, yeah.
So it's psychologically it's something wrong.
Well, think about it. If you were willing to watch, if it were 10 minutes long and you're willing to watch it, regardless of the quality of it, then listen to the first 10 minutes. If you like it, keep going. If you don't like it, don't. Or just save it to your favorite listening device and put it on when you're bored.
I'm not saying it's not too long for some people. If you tried to listen to it and you got to a point where you just didn't like it and you're like, this is too long, I don't like it.
Yeah.
That's one thing. That's acceptable. But if you didn't even bother and you just looked at the time, and you're like, this is too long for me to bother trying to listen to, I can't really respect that opinion, you know?
Oh, no, yeah. I mean, I've always been told, you know, read the first 50 pages of a book before you decide if you don't like it. Listen to the first few minutes of a show.
Right. I always feel like the show's long enough, and the way I look at it, there's people that do 3, 4 hour, 5 hours of audio a day, you know, on the radio. Every day they do like 5 hours of radio. So if you do an hour and a half a week, and maybe like another half hour once in a while with the mailbag, it's not a lot.
Yeah.
And hopefully, you know, it seems like people really enjoy it. So
that's what
I want to thank this dude for checking it out.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, so this is from Ryan. Is this Ryan? How do we decide to pronounce this? Ryan 2-own?
Ryan 2WN for me.
Okay, Ryan 2WN for me. If you read my comment on the next show, I promise to spread the gonorrhea both digitally and non-digitally. Disclaimer. The show does not approve or sanction the non-digital distribution of gonorrhea or other STDs. Please continue to spread the digital version as much as you would please, however.
So he's saying that he wants to spread it digitally and non-digitally, and that was your disclaimer that you read. You created that. We created that.
It was a joint effort.
So yes, that is the disclaimer. We do not approve of the non-digital distribution of STDs, gonorrhea. That is not what we're about here.
Right.
That's not sanctioned by the show. The digital version, though, please continue to do so, as everyone's doing.
And for which
our ratings have been up. I don't know if you've noticed. We've been
I've been keeping
higher and higher ratings.
The
network is very pleased.
Well, network, we are here to please you.
We don't have a network to please. That's the best thing about all this stuff.
Aren't we kind of the network?
I am the network boss. You were my employee.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry, sir. You need coffee, sir?
Well, I guess one of the best things about this, like I was making the joke before, where people on TV make a lot more money or whatever, but people on TV can be fired. We can just do whatever we want. We control our own content.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of perks to this. And honestly, I mean, we're talking about YouTube and YouTube new layouts and how it's annoying and all this stuff. I would love to be off YouTube completely someday and have our own thing going. I think that's the goal someday.
Fun. I mean, well, one thing that's nice, I mean, how often do you get to see somebody on TV just decide randomly, like, their eyes narrow, they lean carefully closer towards the camera, and just go, the spiders, they're coming from my socks. I mean, we can get away with that sort of thing.
Yeah, this is a dream gig right here. I mean, I can say whatever I want right now.
We're waiting.
Yeah, well. All right, let's continue here.
Okay. This one is from Golden Flare. I love the show so much. It's my birthday on Friday, but what I'm looking forward to the most is episode 12 of the show.
That is awesome. All the things you could ask for in a pony, a margarita.
A pony that smells like margaritas.
A boot full of margaritas.
Oh, one of those big beer boots. Oh, man.
I was looking forward to the show. It's pretty awesome. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
It's kind of funny. I went to the Mexican restaurant like last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Ponchos and Gringos. We talked about.
Oh man, is it still good?
They had the mariachi band on Fridays and Saturday nights.
Nice.
And they're really good, man. They're freaking really good. But like they kept playing, like it's someone's birthday, they'll come over and play the birthday song for them. There was like 20 birthdays. Every couple minutes, they were singing the song again, running across the restaurant to do it again. I think people were just lying. They were making it up. After they saw like 2 people do it, they're like, "Yeah, it's my birthday too."
It's my birthday. Give me a margarita.
At least this dude tells us it's his birthday, and he's gonna have a great birthday, I hope.
Yeah.
OJ hides his birthday. You hid your birthday from me.
I didn't hide it. I just didn't bring it up.
Why didn't you not tell me it was your birthday?
Well, what am I supposed to do? Hey, my birthday's coming up. You should buy me something.
You could say it's my birthday. I can't remember anyone's birthday.
Okay.
So it's not like I just know.
I know, but I don't want to be like that guy who's just like, "Hey guys, my birthday's coming up. What did you get me?"
It's kind of weird. I know a few people that actually do this. They just don't tell you.
I mean, if someone asks me...
Some people are like overly zealous about it. It's annoying. Those people suck.
Like...
2 weeks till my birthday. 4 days till... You know, it's like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few people, you're one of them, they just don't say anything. And then it's like 2 months later, like it comes up in conversation or something where it's like, when was your birthday or something like that? And you're like, oh, well, like 3 weeks ago. And you're like, but why didn't you say something?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to make a big deal about it or anything. And if it's about to come up in conversation, I usually try to avoid it so that it doesn't get awkward or anything.
Well, I appreciate if you told me when your birthday is. Okay.
Okay, I'll tell you next time. You heard it here, folks. I will tell John Rambo before my birthday.
Yes, you must do so.
Well,
all right. So what else? Do you have anything else to talk about? Because I'm going to get into the main topic if you don't.
Well, I want to tell Golden Flare, have a happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday to you, sir, and to I think someone else mentioned it was their birthday last week. So everyone have a happy birthday.
Yeah,
if your birthday's this week.
Yeah, so to everyone, this week, next month, all the months, all the weeks, all the things. Happy birthday!
All right, now you're going overboard.
No, just getting out.
You're taking it off a cliff.
But we have a parachute.
You have any other topics you want to talk about? Or just straight into the main topic? What do you got?
I think we got through most of it. If I had anything else, I've got so many windows up on my computer I can't find it. So.
All right, save it for next time then.
Okay.
It's probably something really good.
If it was me, it wasn't.
All right.
Wah wah.
Well, I'm going to talk about this week. I want to talk about games. It's going to be a gaming episode today. So about 12 weeks ago was the first episode of the show. We read off the giant list of holiday video game releases. And I played several of these games. I'm pretty much done. I think I'm done buying games for a while right now. So what I'd like to do is kind of go through the list of games I played, give you some thoughts, opinions, maybe express if you should play it or not. Maybe I won't say anything. I don't know. We'll see what I say. But it's kind of scary how many games I did play. And so we're talking about games that I played, and then we're going to go back to our original list that we used, and we're going to read off maybe the next 3-4 months of stuff that's coming out.
Okay.
Shouldn't be as long because it's not the holiday season, so we'll be all up to date. And just as a disclaimer, there's a few games I did not play, which are pretty major games for a lot of people. So I'm just going to read them off now, the games I didn't play. I did not play Battlefield or Modern Warfare 3. I just don't care.
We were pretty clear that was going to be the case.
Yeah, I just don't really care. Saints Row the Third, I think it's called. I heard it was very good, but I did not try to get to play it. Maybe at some point. I did not play Skyrim. Why are you laughing?
You used to be a player of Skyrim till you got an arrow in the leg. I don't know. That's some joke that's going around everywhere based on Skyrim.
It's like a massive joke.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I keep seeing that place. It's kind of, I don't know, whatever. So I did not play that. I just didn't really have the time for it. I would like to play that at some point. And I did not play Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Again, I just don't care anymore.
I have. Oh, hold on. I have.
Did you play it? Or if you want to talk about it?
I played it a little bit. I was at a small anime convention in Stamford, and they had a game room set up. I played for maybe about 15-20 minutes, and it felt a lot like regular Marvel vs. Capcom 3, except looked like in the challenge mode it didn't tell you what commands you had to do the moves it was telling you to do. Like,
right.
I could swear in regular MVC3 it listed the button combinations.
Right.
And also, Doctor Strange is weird. He's a lot of fun.
Actually strange.
Yeah, Dr. Steven Motherzick Strange. Like, he's got the craziest range attacks, like a delayed, a projectile that goes in the air, there's a delay, and then it fires back. It's pretty cool. But
it's kind of weird because I've gotten every Capcom fighting game release for the past 20 years. I've gotten. This is the first one I didn't get. Just because I didn't really care for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And then this was just kind of like a tack on, a couple of characters, and for $40, I was like, just not do it. So I probably will get it because I am kind of a collector. If you see my collection videos.
Oh yeah.
But it's gonna be $10 on Amazon in 3 months, so I'll just get it then. And I wasn't really interested in playing it, so
fair enough.
Get that. All right, so I'm gonna get into this giant list. I didn't play those games, but I did play many, many games. Start with the Kinect titles.
Oh boy.
And I have earned the title of Kinect-spert, the Kinect expert, for playing all these games with DSP, all these Kinect games.
How many of them were voluntary before you get into it?
None of them were voluntary. It's pretty much like a show up, not really sure what we're doing, and he's like, we're going to play this game for the Kinect. But people really enjoy it. The views are always really high because we do picture-in-picture, which no one does with the Kinect stuff.
That's
so you
weird.
see us playing, and you see the screen,
Yeah.
The same videos. People really love it, so I'm not too against it because I know people really enjoy it, and it's always kind of goofy and funny. But the first one I want to talk about, Hulk Hogan's Main Event Wrestling. What a way to start this thing off. It's basically a cash-in game, and I hope Hulk Hogan made some money off of it. Because we always like to see people do well here on the show. We always like to see people do well for themselves.
We do.
Well, the game's pretty atrocious. Oh. Basically at the point where it's so bad that it actually becomes good. So if you and your friends are hanging out and you want to have a day of irony, that's a good choice. And it's pretty much all I'm going to say about that game. You can check out the videos of us playing that if you want to have more information about that game.
Click.
pretty bad. I also played the Gunstringer, which is more of your arcade-style motion control game. It's just good, wholesome arcade, fun times, you know? You got your shoot, and you got your jumping and things like that. It's kind of one of the games that kind of reveals, like, the Kinect is kind of limited control-wise. As you think about it, like, you can only do, like, what your body can do.
Yeah.
Like, you can move your arms, you can move your legs, you can jump, you can duck, things like that. But something like the Wiimote or the Sony Move, you can do all those things. Plus, you have all kinds of buttons in your hands as well. So I almost kind of prefer those. Because this game is just begging for, like, an extra button, like a missile or something. Like, you have your shooting and you have your movements. But you need more buttons for some of these games. So, it's kind of one of the limitations of the Kinect, because they try to sell it like it's revolutionary and stuff. You don't need controllers, but sometimes you do need controllers.
Just doesn't quite flows as bad.
Doesn't flow, yeah. Just with what your body can do. You only have so many appendages that you're willing to show in front of your friends, right?
Yes.
The other one that we played, Rise of Nightmares, and it's a survival horror game. It's not very good, but I do have a lot of respect for this game. It's basically Sega trying to make a Kinect game for, let's call them adults. I think they're known as core gamers now. I hate these terms that people have come up with they didn't even exist over the years, like years ago. Core gamers and casual gamer. I don't know where this stuff came from, but they're basically trying to make a survival horror game with the Kinect controls. Not a party game, not one of these arcade style games, but like a serious game. It doesn't really work tremendously well, but it's an interesting experience to play it, walking and swinging axes with your hands and things like that. And I think if you have the opportunity to try it, you should try it. Like if someone you know has it or somewhere set up, you should definitely try it. I wouldn't go nuts trying to seek it out or anything, but I think it's worth trying out because it could be like an early stage where things could lead to somewhere better. You know, it's like a early step maybe in that direction.
I mean, I could hope so. I mean, if it's sold enough, they'll probably make a sequel. If it's sold enough.
I don't know if it did or not, but
yeah.
I don't know. It could be a good game. It's a good idea. Maybe 10 years down the line that someone can make a game with that type of movement. I don't know.
I can only hope, because it'd be fun. I don't like seeing things fail, but yeah.
Don't relish in others' failures?
No.
Failure of others?
I don't even relish in my hot dogs.
Oh, I see. Dead Island is a game that we played. That was one of the first games that we did this holiday season. We did 4-player co-op. It's a zombie game, first person. It was a lot of fun with the 4 players. I don't think I would enjoy it much, single player wise. But it is what it is. You go through and kill the zombies. It's pretty long actually. I think it took us like 2 days to beat it. It was like
wow,
16 to 20 hours long.
Wow, just let's take a step back.
Yes.
16 to 20 hours is a long game now. Proceed.
Why, you're saying it's not?
It's not like...
Well, for this type
of game, yes, it's rather long. But I mean, I'm just remembering...
RPGs are crazy, but...
Back in the day, there were a lot of games that stretched on.
I don't think this is like a must-play game or anything, but it's fun for co-op. So if you have a bunch of people, you did 4 players, and you can pretty much like go anywhere on the map. You can kind of leave the other... It's a huge world, and you can kind of leave the other players. Mm-hmm. Get into a car, drive to the other side of the island, do what you got to do, and while they're doing something else, it's pretty interesting.
And then they yell at you for not being there to support them.
Yeah, it usually happened. I was usually the one that was on my own. But there was one point where we were all trying to go through this really difficult part, and I was like running ahead, and then I died, but it spawned me where like at the check mark where we're supposed to go. So then you were able to teleport to where everyone else is. So they were able to teleport through this whole crazy area because I died and got spawned out of it, which is pretty awesome. But
hacks.
That was a fun game. X-Men Destiny is another game. I've talked about this, I think, several times on the show.
Wasted potential.
All I gotta say is mutants took our jobs.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the X-Men game that we've been waiting for. It's a step back from the Ultimate Alliance.
But it's the X-Men game we deserve.
It's a step back from the Ultimate Alliance games, which was a step back from the X-Men Legends games.
Yep.
And there's moments where it is fun, though, but not $60 worth of fun. And like I said before, I think in a 15-hour period, I was able to buy the game, beat the game, and then list the game on eBay. So that's the ultimate review right there.
Yeah.
Gears of War 3 we did. I'd actually never played Gears before. Just never really appealed to me. Like games like Gears of War, Call of Duty, Halo, stuff like that never really appeals to me. I never play them. But I did play this one, and I only played the co-op, and it was actually very fun. So it was really cool.
I think half the fun of that game is finding good people to do co-op with.
I think so too, and I had a really good time doing it. I can see why people really enjoy the game. It's just got a ton of content for the online, like the online multiplayer stuff.
Like they went all out with modes and options and stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's a game that you could be hardcore about for a long time, if you really like the game. Because every time you go online, like there's gonna be people, like a ton of people playing, and so I get the whole thing. You know, I think it's a good game. Let's see here. I'm talking about Guardian Heroes on Xbox Live Arcade. Guardian Heroes, of course, the Sega Saturn game.
Bam! You want me to go open the box and read the manual? I'll go find it.
Do you have it?
I think so. Yeah, that's one of the skeletons, right?
Something with it.
Yeah, I'll find my Saturn.
I love the game though. It's they kind of redid it with a few touches here and there. It's nothing nuts, but like they made some of the menus are HD and they kind of simplified some of the controlling.
Oh.
But it's a great game. I was kind of sad because we did the playthrough. People didn't really get into it. They were just kind of like, oh, it's an old game and blah blah. But old games sometimes you have to experience them. You have to play them yourself. You actually have to play the game yourself to realize how good it is. You know, because it doesn't display amazingly well, being an older title, obviously. But at the same time, it's really good. I actually want to play more of it. I would actually play it. I kind of want to play it right now. I think we're done here. I'm gonna go play.
Oh man! All right.
But if you don't know what the game is, it's a side scroller beat 'em up game, 2D, but it has fighting game motions like fireball motions and things like that, and several different characters, and they're all pretty different.
And the Invincible Skeleton Knight.
I think it's a must-play game. I think it's a classic game. If you have co-op friends, it's awesome. I don't care how old you are. You're 15, 16, play the game. It's really fun. It's a great game. You have anything to add about that game?
Makes me want to go find my Saturn.
I want to play it again, so maybe we can play the Saturn version. I'll direct cap it or something for the channel.
Bam, all right, let me see what I can do.
We'll put up that fresh OJ. Some pulp.
Bam.
Let's see, Dark Souls. I want to talk about Dark Souls. Controversial Dark Souls. I didn't play a hell of a lot of it, so I'll say that off the bat. Played maybe a couple hours of it, so I didn't really get too deep into it. But from what I saw, it's a very unique, very interesting experience. Very interesting game. But some of the hardcore fans are kind of a turn-off to me. Like they see people like posting things. And I saw one guy, and he's like, yeah, games like Assassin's Creed suck because you fight like 5 guys and you could beat them all. It's unrealistic. Dark Souls, one guy could kill you and it's awesome. So if you want a really realistic fight, you know, why don't you just go down to your local bar and then you could fight 5 dudes in real life, and that'd probably be an awesome time because it's really realistic. It's real, you know. But here's the deal: it's a video game, and you're supposed to be able to fight 10 guys and beat them. It's just how it is. It's, you know. Yeah,
it's supposed to be, you know, fantasy or fun, or because I don't know. I don't know if I'd have a lot of fun fighting 5 guys and getting beaten up every time.
That sounds it's realistic, though. You want realism, then you should just fight people.
Reality is brown.
But people call it it's a hardcore game. It's a really hardcore game. The game's difficult, yeah, but it's a single player game. Okay, so all the games when we were kids were really hard, you know, considered hardcore games and tough games. But now people are doing speedruns and they're beating the games in like 15 minutes.
I still have yet to see anyone do that to Super Ghouls and Ghosts, though.
It's out there. People do this stuff, dude.
Aye.
But here's the deal: it's a single player game, so the CPU, like the AI, the CPU can only do so much, right? So if you invest large amounts of time and by trial and error, you're eventually going to learn everything that the AI can do or will offer you at certain points, and you can overcome it.
Wow.
Okay? So, in my opinion, the only games that are really hardcore games are competitive multiplayer games. You know, the human chess match. You know, that like you can't duplicate that with a single player experience. So that's just how I look at it. You might disagree with that. But I don't see how a single player game is hardcore. If you throw hundreds of hours into it, you're eventually going to crack it and know everything you can do in it.
Oh, but if you're playing against people, then someone else can do the same thing.
If you're playing competitive multiplayer against different humans, that's hardcore, man, because you don't know what other person. It's mind versus mind. It's chess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like unless they finally unless they make games that start learning from you how to beat you better.
Yeah, we're not at that point.
Not at that point. Oh, by the way, No Death, Super Ghouls and Ghosts speedrun, 42 minutes and 5 seconds.
Yeah, people can do it, man.
And coming soon, new world record, 39:41.
But if you put the same amount of time into a multiplayer game, competitive multiplayer game, like you may not have the same outcome, or you're like really going to be good.
I mean, I'll be honest. I put probably at least 100 hours into Team Fortress 2, and I'm still not that great because everybody else put time in too.
Right. And it's their time versus there might be more than you. It's time versus time.
Oh yeah, one of my friends played for hundreds and hundreds of hours.
Natural talent versus natural talent and instinct and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think the game is really good, and I think if you're looking for something different and a challenging game, then you should definitely pick it up.
Would you recommend?
It wasn't really made for a mainstream audience. That's not what it's supposed to be. If you want something outside the norm, outside the mainstream, definitely not going to hold your hand, things like that. And this is definitely a game you should play.
So, did you play Demon's Souls at all?
I didn't. I never played it. No.
Oh, okay, just checking. The precursor.
Yeah, I never got to it.
Yeah, if I get a PS3, I'm gonna buy it and then hate my life.
You should record your playthrough.
Dude, I'm 3 hours into Zelda. I've had the game for like weeks or a week or however long since it came out. There's not.
All right, we'll get to Zelda. We're talking about that. It's on the list. Don't worry.
Sorry, just saying time-wise.
A couple of run through. I got NBA 2K12 is a game that I picked up because, like I said, I'm a big NBA fan, so I always get the 2K games. 2K does a great job. EA doesn't even make basketball anymore because they just destroyed them. I think they were
really.
They actually have the licensing, I believe, and they just don't even bother.
Wow. Maybe they're waiting 2 years and trying to make a really good one. They
were supposed to make, I think, 2011, and they were just like, no, we shouldn't even bother. But 2K12 this year is the best basketball game probably ever made. I think it's even better than Jordan vs. Bird for the Genesis.
No way.
Yeah. But it's kind of funny because there's no NBA season for, much of this year. So if you need your fix, this game definitely picked it up for you. Sim a season or whatever.
Just tell it, okay, now go and watch.
Right. And they dumped a ton of legends into the game this year because I think they kind of knew they needed like a gimmick because there's no season. So they're like, let's just go back. You can't go forwards, let's go backwards, Well,
yeah.
So it's got all the cool legends and very cool.
Some of them are amazing people, man.
Yeah, oh yeah, Dr. J, Larry Bird's in there. Larry Bird's your guy, I'm sure, the Celtics and all that.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, you know what it is. It's a basketball game. If you like basketball, you should definitely get it. If you don't like sports or sports games, then you probably shouldn't even bother with it, I would think. Spider-Man Edge of Time. I have spoken about this in previous episodes. Shock you. Hurry the shock up. Shock this.
You are shock!
Best part of the game was the original voice actor of the 90s Spider-Man cartoon returned as the voice of Spider-Man in 2099.
That's always nice.
I also like the 2099 character. But the game, again, you just listen to what I said about X-Men, and then it'll be the same thing. Or go back and listen to the show where I talked about the game more in-depthly. Dead Rising 2 Off the Record is a game that I played. Very similar to the first Dead Rising 2. It's basically the same, except it has a new area. It's got some new psychopath bosses and some new swerves, some new storyline swerves that were unexpected. And it's $40. Now, I'm a big fan of the series. I just think it's a great time. It's just pure fun, co-op. It's a hell of a lot of fun, man. And, free roaming type of thing. And you got the clock at the same time. You got to go certain places at certain times. So I love it. I love the game. If you're in the same boat as me, then you should definitely get the game. If you've never played Dead Rising 2 before, and you want like a great co-op game, then you should definitely check it out. I think if you had to choose between the original Dead Rising 2 or this one, I'd probably go with this one.
Oh.
It's got a little more content. So, what'd you say?
I said, I've never played Dead Rising 2.
Why did you never play?
I don't have it.
I would let you borrow it, but you might lose it, and then 10 years from now, you'll find it behind your cabinet.
Well, hey, if I say take this back, take it back.
All right, we'll have to figure something out. I don't know if I trust you.
Oh.
Again.
But I founded it. All right, what's next?
Batman Arkham City.
Yeah.
The mighty Batman Arkham City. One of the complaints I had about Arkham Asylum, which was the first game, was that the game was so beautiful looking, but it kind of always forced you to put that detective vision on. Like, you always, I just had it on all the time. Like, you kind of had to. I didn't want to have it on. I wanted to see the beautiful level design.
Yeah, you felt like you got punched in the face by the Blue Man Group.
Right, but they're like, all right, you had to use it. So this game, they kind of fixed it, because there's points where it actually is a hindrance to you, and sometimes you don't even need it. So that was one of the great things. It's also now more of an open world environment, and you basically are Batman. You can do everything Batman can do. Whatever Batman does, you can do it. Just go around. God's got landmarks. They built Gotham. He's got you see the Wayne Tower building in the background, all the different things. And you are Batman. At one point in the game, I had Victor Zsasz calling me on random payphones. While Azrael was showing up on building tops. The Riddler had hostages in another building, and then Penguin had stolen Mr. Freeze's guns. And he was in like the museum. So like all this stuff's going on. Like you have all these choices to go places and do things. It was just amazing, man. It was so much fun. It's definitely the best superhero game ever. I think it's one of the best games ever. Great story. I love the ending. If the ending remains what it is, and they didn't change, if they don't go back on it, I don't want to spoil it because you're going to freak out.
I will.
But if they go back on the ending, then I definitely think it takes away from the story. But if they keep what happened as what happened, then it's pretty awesome. I really like it. And one of the things I love about the storyline is how comfortable the characters are with each other. You have Batman, he's fighting all these villains, and they're basically trying to kill each other. But Batman knows all their first names, he knows certain things about them, he's fought them so many times. They almost have this casual relationship.
Banter.
They like banter, for instance, Clayface is in there, and he shows up, and he's like, I forget what his name is, but he's like, so why are you involved in this? He doesn't call him Clayface, he calls everyone by their first names.
Well, Edward.
Right, so it's one of the great things about Batman and interesting psychological stuff. They have relationships from fighting each other so many times.
Well, just look at if you read the comics, the relationship between Batman and the Joker, dude.
Yeah, they'll have conversations sometimes about stuff. Philosophical type conversations. So I really love it. This was actually the game of the year for me. The games I played, this is the one that I would say is the game of the year for me. I love the game. Nice. So I think it's a must get. Let's talk about Kirby.
Oh.
What is it called? Kirby. It's on the Wii, the new one. I forget what it's called. Exactly the title.
Pants. That's a good question.
I don't know. Whatever. But it's a Kirby game. It's a Kirby game. Yeah. A great review. Solid. It's a solid 2D game. It's got co-op gameplay. It doesn't really change the world, but delivers exactly what it's supposed to be. And that's a really good Kirby game. So if you like Kirby, you like 2D games.
Kirby's Return to Dreamland.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
And for some reason, it's more than $50 on Amazon.
That's weird.
The Frel?
I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. But these are the kind of games that Nintendo should be making. They should be making these games all along. And if you look at the Wii, the system's kind of limited graphically. So you would think there'd be more than a handful of 2D, great 2D games. You think it'd be a bunch of great 2D style games. There's only a couple.
Come on, dude. Beautiful Joe 3.
What is it?
Beautiful Joe 3. Come on. That would be perfect.
On the Wii?
That would be so good.
Well, the Wii's kind of done now, so I don't think it's coming out. But they should have been doing this all along. There should have been a ton of these games, man, these 2D games. And they're good at making them, and you do what you're good at, so.
I mean, yeah, if you look back at Mario 3, it's no less fun than it was then.
Right.
Although it is kind of cheap to just fly over the whole
So, I mean, that's Kirby Return to Dreamland. Doesn't really set the world on fire, but it's a solid Kirby game. Solid 2D game. It's good. I really like it.
Good.
Co-op, too. A lot of co-op stuff.
I love co-op.
All right, so now I'm going to talk about Zelda Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
And I'm going to kind of let you talk about it, because I played it maybe 4 or 5 hours of it. I did buy it, own it, and it comes with the soundtrack. I want to talk about that. It's an awesome soundtrack. I don't know if you listened to it.
Not yet.
All right, it's great. It's the Zelda Symphony, and I think they're actually going to be touring. They've done a show in L.A. I think they're doing it in Dallas. They come to New York, I'm going to go. So.
Oh, dude, yeah, count me in.
Yeah, we should definitely go. So why don't you talk about Zelda Skyward Sword?
All right. Well, I'm only about 3 hours into Skyward Sword. I found myself working on a video before and doing some other crazy stuff that I didn't get time to finish. But I've found, first of all, if you can play it with the Motion Plus, seriously, it is frightening how well it works out. The only troubling part is that the way it asks you to kind of hold your hand is a little awkward. During the flying parts, you get a cool bird that you get to fly around on, and they expect you to, hold the Wiimote flat, and then to tilt up or down or tilt to the side and stuff, to direct yourself. When my hand's at rest, it is not completely flat. My hand's lazily on the couch. So it was a little uncomfortable, but once we got to the sword play, it was like, this is what the Wii was supposed to be the entire time.
Right.
I mean, this is what Red Steel was supposed to be. I mean, first of all, you can get into first-person mode and look around with the Wiimote while running and walking, and you don't necessarily run into things. It's actually controllable.
Cool.
I'm thoroughly impressed. The storyline is pretty cool. It's got a nice mix between, here, look, you guys wanted more grown-up Link. Have fun, Twilight Princess, and tee-hee, happy days, Wind Waker. And right. I think they really got that, right in the, so far, it's pretty perfect. My one gripe, though, is that you find this little plant character pretty close to the beginning of the game, and it's terrified of you. You talk to it a couple times and it always runs away. And then eventually it hides behind him. What?
I don't think I got that far. I got the sword, and I'm going to go now to save Zelda.
Yeah. I'm maybe a tiny bit ahead of you.
Okay.
But this isn't huge. This is just annoying. This will annoy you if it annoyed me. And the thing hides behind a mushroom. Oh no. Well, I can target it, so maybe I can, talk to it through the mushroom, because, they let you talk to people you've targeted. Nope, you lose targeting if you're on the other side of the mushroom. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll try and talk with him. So I spent 15 minutes running around the mushroom trying to talk with it, and it would run around the other way. And the thing was just fast enough that it's really hard to catch him, and you can't talk to him. And this thing's terrified of me. So I think I don't want to hit it with my sword. That'll take it off. After 15, 20 minutes, I'm fed up. So I take the sword out, and that's what you're supposed to do.
Oh.
You find a cute woodland creature, and you're supposed to smack it in the face with your sword? Dude!
Nice.
You have to do it twice.
Yeah. What else are you going to do with it?
Talk? Tell it that you're not scary?
I think the graphics are really probably the best I've seen on the Wii. Really nice color. Nice.
It makes me want to buy the component cables so I can watch in 480i. I mean,
yeah, I do have those.
You have those?
Yes, I do.
It must look so much better.
Let me ask you a question. You're a big Zelda fan. Do you feel like it's time for Zelda to get voice acting? Or you don't care?
Oh, dear.
I'm going to say it's time for me personally.
Really?
Yeah, I think it does hurt the overall motion of the story and things like that, because you have, for instance, the scene where the father's talking to Link, and he's like, Zelda's been taken, and he's saying, what happened and all these things. And instead of, an emotional speech, where you get the sense that he's really afraid for his daughter, it's more or less a dude, a wooden dude standing there and a little text going underneath. So you get the same emotional effect, that you would.
That's true. It's tough. I mean, I could understand if maybe not. I mean, I think they might want to just make Link not talk. But the problem is, if they give other people voice acting, then you can't put your own name in anymore.
Yeah, but do you do that?
Sometimes.
So you want to sacrifice voice acting just so you can put your name?
No, but I think that's kind of the point. Some of the point with being able to put your own name in is that, this character, I mean, I know you're not Link, and Link's not supposed to be you yourself as a person, but, the fact that it makes it a little bit easier to pretend that you're the one doing all this stuff when they say, Franklin, you must save Zelda. Darn right I'm going to save Zelda. I'm Franklin. That's what I do.
Is that your name, Franklin?
No, I don't think you can put in that many letters.
Oh, no, I think they have to do it. It's just the natural progression of things. I think it actually does kind of take away that it doesn't have it.
Well, if you want your mind to
I'm not saying it hurts the game so much that it destroys it or anything. I just think it would add to the experience.
Well, if you want your mind to be blown,
Yes.
I mean, I didn't realize this, but the voice actor who does Link's voice in some of the games, if you find out his name, start watching anime. That dude is everywhere. I'm pretty sure that there's a character in a show called Gurren Lagann who's pretty angry all the time and has a bad temper.
It's not Nolan North, is it?
No. It's some Japanese dude.
Okay.
And when he talks in the show, like, he screams at one point, and I'm just like, no way. No. Then you realize you've been listening to Link talk the entire show.
Right.
And, it wasn't that bad. So, maybe it would be okay, but it's still kind of jarring to realize, wait, that's Link talking.
It's kind of like a side conversation. I like how these people go online and they're like, oh, Nintendo's not about graphics. They're about the gameplay and things like that. And that kind of became the excuse when their systems don't have the same graphical capabilities as the others. But if you do your history, like, Nintendo's been always about the graphics. And gameplay as well, but they're always touted themselves as having the best graphical system. All the way back to the NES. That was like the best graphics you can get.
Well,
Super Nintendo. Oh, we're better than Genesis. We have more color. And the games that they put out, they would make sure those were the best looking games, the first party games. Best graphically looking games. So I think, and then it kind of got to a point where it's not up to the same standards as the other systems. And like, oh, we don't care. We never cared about graphics.
Well, I think the deal with the Wii and the GameCube was they wanted to make a system that was inexpensive enough that anybody could buy it.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think the Wii, well, the GameCube is kind of like competed with the other one. They tried to make it compete with the other systems.
It was also like impossible to break.
But the Wii, I think for the Wii, they knew that they couldn't. Like I think it's pretty much exactly what you said, but I think they knew they couldn't compete with the other companies with a high-priced product, so they tried to do something completely different.
And well, I think it worked for them for a bit. Yeah,
well, I'm not even talking about specifically about them saying like, or we're not about graphics. It's more about the fanboy type of.
Oh, who are saying, no, Nintendo is never blah 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 blah. I can see what you're saying there. Yeah,
but it's pretty much like they that's what they were, for a long time. I mean, we're talking, 2 decades basically. That's what they prided themselves. They make the best everything. That's what they tried to do, and maybe they'll get back to that at some point too. But Skyward Sword is definitely fun. I'm going to try to get back to it and play some more of it.
Yeah, if I didn't have work to do tonight, I'd probably consider playing.
All right, so I got a couple more to run through. House of the Dead Overkill. This is on PS3, the Sony Move game. You played this around Halloween time. And the Sony Move was kind of made for stuff like this. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know why they haven't done this, but if they make a House of the Dead collection or like a Time Crisis collection for the PS3, I would get the Sony Move. I would buy it.
Dude, I would buy a controller just to play the actual good Time Crisis games.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, like a collection of some sort. I would totally get this thing, but they don't have that stuff right now. But this game itself, specifically about this game, like I almost kind of wish it wasn't called House of the Dead, because while it is similar in the gameplay and the whole feel of it is different now, it's extremely vulgar and violent.
Oh, it's supposed to be like C-movie.
Right, which is it's extremely vulgar and violent, which is cool in like if that was like a separate thing, almost like if it was like a different game. Not called House of the Dead, I would almost kind of appreciate it more, but it is House of the Dead, so you have that, and it's kind of weird,
Yeah.
But if you have a Sony Move, I say try it out, or you might even want to get it, because there's not much else to do with the Sony Move. So,
wah, wah.
You could do a lot worse with the Sony Move than this game, but like I said, I almost wish it was called like something different.
House of the Bread.
Because it's not even in the house, you're not even in the house.
House with a shed.
You're not even in the house of you're like in some city, and it's like the 1960s or something. I don't know what's going on. It's like a Tarantino.
Dude, the dad.
It's got a ridiculous amount of cursing in it, so it's like, what?
Sounds like my inner monologue.
Right, and it kind of throws you back to... It kind of reminds you of like when you first played House of the Dead, and it's like, this isn't what this is supposed to be.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Lord of the Rings War in the North we played.
Oh?
I don't think anyone else played it.
I hadn't even realized it was out.
I don't think the Lord of the Rings franchise is really that like hip anymore or hot anymore.
Well, wait till The Hobbit comes out.
Right, so The Hobbit comes out, then the shit will blow up again.
The Battle of Five Armies.
This is Barlam and Butterbird's favorite game. And we probably don't know what that means. I'll explain to you later. But it's kind of interesting because it has co-op. I think it's 3-player co-op.
Huh?
And for this type of game, that's kind of unique. And if you took something like, imagine something like Dragon Age, which is basically this game on a grander level, and you had co-op to something like that, that's going to be awesome. So this is kind of like an interesting step in a cool direction with this game, I think. But the game itself is passable. You don't have to really mess with it. Sonic Generations.
Yeah, I was there for that one, dude.
This was the surprise of the holiday season for me. I didn't expect much. I don't think anyone expected much from a Sonic game. 2011, 2012. It was the surprise hit. I love the game. Aside from some weirdness with the 3D Sonic, it's really awesome. Incredible music. Graphics are really good. I like the level design. Really fun.
The level design was good because it's a lot of the old levels.
Yeah, with a twist.
Yeah, they fixed some stuff up, changed some things. It was really good.
I did talk more, deeply about this in a previous I think a few previous episodes we talked about it, so I'm not going to get too much into it. Some of the reviews where I kind of disagree. It was kind of weird.
Well, they refused to believe Sonic is good.
The guy was mad that he basically reviewed the game poorly because the levels were based off of games that were bad.
What?
He's like, yeah, well, I didn't like the 06 Sonic, so why would they put a level of that in the game?
Because they learned from their mistakes and they fixed it.
You can't base the review off of the previous games. You have to base it on the game that you're reviewing.
It's like you're watching...
don't even think of that it was based on something. Just play the level. Don't be like, oh, this is the 06 Sonic level. I can't play this. I'm so mad.
It's like saying that GoldenEye is bad because the prior Bond movie was terrible.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point there. So it was kind of reviewed harshly. I think Sonic just is reviewed harshly because he's Sonic and been through so many deservedly bad games that people don't really trust it. But this game is actually good. And I tell you right now, I'd rather play this game than Super Mario Brothers Wii, and I'd rather play the Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Wow!
And some of these outlets gave those games really good scores, and this game not a great score because this game lacked innovation and some other aspects like that. But what did those games innovate?
Mario innovated throwing your friends into fiery pits instead of playing, and Sonic innovated by fixing things that were broken and making bad things good.
I think graphically this game was innovative because the speed at which Sonic moves and the way the levels move in HD, I think that was innovative.
That was impressive. We actually had to set my TV to game mode just to get to play it properly.
There was some lag and stuff. So
yeah, and it was incredibly visible because, that dude is fast.
So I recommend the game.
It's
one of my top games of the year for me.
I saw probably, 40 to 60% of that game.
So most of the game, yeah.
Yeah, and it was all good, and I got to play a little bit. I would highly recommend it.
Yes.
I'd soberly recommend it.
Let's talk about Assassin's Creed Revelations. And I did play this. I did complete the game. Assassin's Creed 1 came out. Let's go all the way back. When Assassin's Creed 1 came out, I wasn't really sold on it. Okay?
Yeah.
It was majorly hyped. People were going nuts. They were hyping it like crazy. This is a revolution in gaming. And then I got the game. It didn't really deliver on. It was kind of like, yeah, you could climb stuff. It's cool physics and everything, but I'm like grabbing flags. Like, what am I doing? Doing repetitive things. Then the games that came after that blew me away. I became a huge fan. I'm a huge Ass Creed guy. I love Ass Creed. And this one is the fourth game. It's not as strong as the previous two, but still very much worth playing. A couple of new gameplay elements that add to the overall fun. Has the most storyline progression of any of these games in a long time, so you really get somewhere with the storyline.
About time, right?
That was one of the things people always complained about. Yeah, they're like, oh, nothing happens.
But if something happens, we run out of game.
But I love the character Ezio and Altair, and you kind of get their ending in this.
Aww.
Altair and Ezio kind of have an endings, so they kind of close them out.
Goodbye, friend.
It's kind of bizarre because you're Desmond, right? Desmond is the dude inside the machine, and he sees Ezio. And now what they did with this one is Ezio sees Altair, so Altair's in it too. They're all like inside of each other. I don't know. It's bizarre.
Are we talking about what I think? Are we talking about the same thing here?
What do you mean?
Never mind.
All right, you're getting disgusting with this.
Whatever, ganhorrea guy.
Altair stuff was cool. It was great to be back as him. I always liked the character. And you basically see him every like 10 years. I think but from the time he's like 25, then you go up to like 80, 95 or something.
Dang.
Every time you go to one of his play sessions. But the only knock I have is like every time you're Altair, you're in the same map.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's really bizarre. Like you start off in the same map, he's doing something, and then he's in the same map again, but he's leaving, and then the next one's like 10 years later, he comes back to the same place. So you're like always in the same place. But like, I mean, Assassin's Creed 1 had like more than one place in the game, so they could have maybe stuck one of those in there, but it was still cool. It had this new tower defense type of it had a tower defense mini game in it.
Seriously?
Which you don't have to do, but you kind of like need to if you want to get a lot of the achievements and liberate all the areas of the city as like from the Templars. You kind of like had to do it, but it is optional to say, not part of the main storyline. But it sucked. I hated it.
Oh,
I did wind up doing it.
Of course,
I did wind up doing it. Something about the Assassin's Creed games where like I just go nuts. I want all the achievements for some reason.
Unlock all the things.
So I went crazy and I got all this stuff. I got the Doctor Doom armor. It looks like Doctor Doom armor. Like you have to find all these scrolls, and then you go down into like a catacombs and you climb walls, and then you have a mask and everything. It's pretty cool. So I think it's a game you should play. It's a great game, one of the best games of the year, definitely.
Worked my way through all of them.
You should definitely play them, John. I don't know why you haven't done this.
I'm a sad face.
Why have you not played the Assassin's Creed games?
Because I haven't finished Wind Waker.
They're so fun, man. And it's in Italy, too.
I know, my mom would go berserk.
So I really like that whole aspect of it. Metal Gear Solid Collection is a game I picked up. Came out, this is kind of interesting, it came out the same day as Modern Warfare 3. Okay? And a few friends of mine who are hardcore Metal Gear fans, they told me that they actually went to the Modern Warfare 3 midnight launch, and they were to purchase Metal Gear. And they went to the counter, they get to the counter, and you know the clerk, whoever, just pulls out either a Modern Warfare 3 or is like, what system do you want it for? Like, doesn't even ask what game. And then they were like, no, I want Metal Gear, screw that game. And then they got Metal, like the people in line was like, what, like looking at them like they're weirdos, you know, like what?
Dude, I would have bought some like 5-year-old game that I just saw standing in the corner. Like, yeah, can I get a La Pucelle Tactique, please?
Just, oh no, where'd you pull that one out?
You know why?
You're crazy, dude. So if you don't know, this game contains the classic Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. I actually didn't play those yet. I didn't even get to them yet. What I did play was Peace Walker, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, which was originally on the PSP, and I did play it on the PSP.
Yeah.
And I went nuts. I had a great time. I had as much fun with this game as I did with any game that came out during this holiday time. And one of the reasons for that, it has co-op play.
Oh.
And the PSP version had co-op, but it was on the PSP, so it didn't really work. But now it's on Xbox Live, and it works really well. So you basically have co-op. It's a co-op Metal Gear game with RPG elements. And with the RPG elements come into play, it's basically like if you've played Assassin's Creed and where you've had your assassins, you build your assassins team and you send them different places and you get like money out of it. It's basically has that system, but it's like a million times deeper. You basically go through when you're going through the actual game, through the actual levels, you can like capture enemy soldiers and convert them into your side, or you could find POWs.
Seriously?
Right, and they all have different abilities, and you have to assign them to, like, it's like 10 different categories. Like, one of them is even like the mess hall. One of them is like data. One of them is like the army, and you put them in different categories.
Huh.
And just adds a lot to the game, and you can even have tanks. You could have choppers, you can build your own Metal Gear.
Wait, what?
So I went nuts with the game, and I played a ton of co-op online, mostly with Japanese players, because I don't think there's any Americans that really got it.
Oh.
But I was playing the same levels like over and over again because it was just so much fun. So I recommend it to all. It's classic. I mean, you have that, which is great, fun, and then you have the other two games, which I haven't even gotten to yet. So I enjoyed this as much as anything I played the whole year. So.
That's pretty high praise.
That's just me. I got a couple more here. Almost done. I play a lot of games, I told you.
You're like the anti-me.
Well, this is what I do.
I'm playing Final Fantasy IV still.
King of Fighters 13.
Yeah, I want to know. I got to get that. Do I?
I didn't play a lot of it, but what I did see I liked. And I originally played this game last year in Japan, 2010 in Japan. And I saw it there and I wanted to play it. There's no one at the cabinet, so I go over, I pick my characters. Then, of course, this one dude runs over and throws some money. I'm like, oh, shit, and he killed me. But I love the game. I love the art style of the game. It's very much like if you took the old King of Fighters and then made an HD version of it, this is what it would be.
And if you put the best character back in the game.
Right, we'll get to that. But it's just basically, graphically it's perfect. It's awesome. And unlike Street Fighter 4, which I don't really know what Street Fighter 4 is supposed to be visually, it's like they took Street Fighter, like this game is they took old KOF and brought it into HD. Street Fighter 4 is like they took Street Fighter and then brought it into like the Toy Story Pixar world. You have like these giant abominations, like only 3D models.
These roided out people.
Yeah, I mean, look at DJ. I don't think he's even a human. I'm not sure if he's supposed to be he doesn't even look like he's a human. Like some of them just don't look. They look like Toy Story characters. So, and I also enjoy the speed of this game. And so, any fan of a fighting game, you should definitely check it out. I didn't play a ton of it, but what I did see, I did like. So, that's my King of Fighters 13 wrap up.
Yeah.
Uncharted 3. I don't think I need to get too deep into it because I'm sure most of you have played it or read about it or watched playthroughs or something. You all know what it is. But most reviewers, except for IGN gave like every time I went to IGN this year, they were giving out like perfect scores. Like this is the best ever. This is perfect. This is 10.
More perfect than that last game that we said was perfect.
They have like in like a week's time they give like 3 10s out. I was like, what is going on here? But I think most people that actually played the game, actually talked to, they said that it's not as good as the second game. But I think it's just as good. In my opinion, it's just as good as Uncharted 2. And I think people don't think it's as good because from Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 2, you get a giant jump in quality and everything. It's just an amazing jump. Whereas this game, it's not really a jump. It's a straight line right into the third one. So you don't have the same like wow factor because you kind of saw it. But at the same time, it's just as good, in my opinion. And the storyline is awesome. It's as good as any movie I saw all of this year. As good as any movie I saw this year. And I also think it's the best exclusive console game to come out during the holiday season. And if you don't have a PS3 and you're going to get a PS3, it'd definitely be like one of the games that you're going to play or you should play because it's that good. This is what you call a console mover. You know, awesome game.
So would you recommend people going through 1 and 2 first?
Yeah, I think you should because one's pretty short anyway, and then 2's just amazingly good. So, and that's another knock on the game. It's short. It's like 8 to 10 hours, maybe.
Oh
7 to 10 hours, depending how good.
Short games are terrible. Portal
but it
1
doesn't
is
need
horrible.
To be but it doesn't need to be longer than that. I mean, what do you want to be doing for another what do you want 15 hours? Like another 5 hours of climbing shit? Like what do you want to do in it?
I mean, look at it. If they're gonna complain that the game was short and like give it a low score, when they're going to give Portal like a 9.9 despite you being able to finish it in like 5 hours.
Well, that's one of the things that people like always do now. Oh, it's this length, so it's good. 100 hours is great.
They hit the perfect length for this game.
It's not about the length of the game. It's about the quality of the time you spend with the game.
Right. It's not about how long it is. It's about how good it is. Like the quality of it, like how effective it is. It's not length. Right.
Okay, 2 more. I got Rayman Origins. Very happy that this style of game is back in the fold. 2D side-scroller. It was really dead at one point, like 10 years ago at one point. The only 2D stuff coming out at one point was like the Mega Man X games on the PlayStation.
Well, didn't they have those weird like Klonoa games and stuff?
But those were like hybrid. I don't think they were really like. I wouldn't consider them pure, 2D games.
Don't forget that a couple of the Mega Man X games were 2D for half and 3D for half.
Well, I'm talking about like X. On the PS4.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are like the only ones coming out, and I remember like the reviewers would kill them. They'd be like, "Oh, this is old style game."
Well, F you, dude.
Garbage.
It's still fun.
But I think now people are like, "Oh yeah, those games were fun. Man, we should. I want to play that." And they're starting making more again.
Symphony of the Night, 2 out of 10. It was.
It's a really great game. Like some people say it's the best platformer ever. I disagree with that. Mainly for a couple of reasons. I think the storyline, there's not really any stories. You kind of don't really care about the characters.
So it's called Rayman Origins, and you're supposed to be finding about his origin, and you just don't care?
They don't really explain anything. There's nothing going on, so you tend not to really care about the characters. I also don't think it's like a perfect game because it has multiplayer, but still doesn't really work that well. Like it works better than the Mario Brothers Wii game, where people are getting like scrolled off screen and killed and stuff like that. We're still not there like 100% with the co-op platformers. It also doesn't have any online multiplayer at all. Like you can't play online; you have to play in the same room. It's like a 15-hour game.
That's kind of annoying.
Right, but kudos for them for even putting the multiplayer in. That's a cool thing.
Kudos from yeah.
It's not the best. It's not the best platform ever. I mean, Super Mario World, I could play that any moment of the day. Just bring it out, I'll play it.
Bam.
And you can wake me up at like the middle of the night, and just I'll play it.
Dude, just get to that secret zone, and it's all over, man.
Right. But again, it's a really good game. I think everyone should try it out. It's one of the best games of the year, and I think everyone should try it. I hope people try it. I think it's one of those games that's going to go under the radar, and people aren't going to, check it out. But you should do so.
Yeah.
In the last game, I want to talk about WWE 12.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, after all of these years, they finally made a game better than No Mercy.
What?
For the 64.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they finally did it, man. No Mercy for the N64 was the best wrestling game ever.
I'm not a wrestling fan, and I love that game.
Yeah, it actually got better because of all the hacks that came out over the last, decade or whatever it's been. I think it's more than that. It was like 12 years ago.
My jaw is dropped. Do go on.
And I never liked any of the SmackDown vs. Raw games. I didn't like any of them. I thought they were pretty awful. But they finally did it, and it's the reason is it's very similar to No Mercy. Like the engine's very similar. The game has just a ton of content. What it has is community creations, and people are making all kinds of custom wrestlers that from years ago, wrestlers from other federations. You can make arenas, finishing moves, all kinds of customization, and you can download other people's creations and upload your own. That just makes the game like a million times better. And there's people making amazing stuff. Really, really talented people, man. It's like art what they're doing. So the game's really fun. It's got so many modes, and every type of match that the WWE puts on, it basically has. And if you're a wrestling fan, if you're an old fan or a current fan, you should get it. If you don't even like wrestling, if you just love co-op games, there's nothing more chaotic and glitchy. I say glitchy, I mean that in a good way. Like it's just goofy stuff goes on than a wrestling game.
Like how I kept hitting my partner with the metal ladder.
Yeah, like that stuff happens, man. And we played the other day, like 3 of us. And it's just so fun. It's just so funny the stuff that goes on. And if you don't even like wrestling, like you can make your own roster of dudes. You can make whoever you want. So you can make people from whatever you like. I don't know what you like. Make people from MASH or Frasier. I don't know what you like.
I was going to say Cheers.
You can make characters from Cheers if you want. Do whatever you want. And just like I have Spider-Man in my game and Batman and shit. So that was it for the games that I played during this holiday season. There's quite a few of them. Do you have any thoughts on this?
Well, it's kind of hilarious. Like I'm listening to all this stuff you've played, and I'm like, I finished Etrian Odyssey 3, and I'm almost done with Final Fantasy 4. That's what I got for you guys.
Well, this is like the time of year I always look forward to this time of year, and I make a list, like we did last time. I wrote stuff down that I wanted, and
checking it twice.
It's just I love it. I've done this forever, so I will. It's kind of sad that the season's over, but at the same time, I kind of need a break from all of it and work on some other stuff. So
that's
good.
That.
So what I want to do is kind of quickly. I guess we'll quickly go through here. We'll see what time we're at right now.
A lot of time.
All right, let's kind of like just quickly go through. We'll do like up into, I don't know, what do you want to do, like 3 months or something?
3 months? Dang, dude.
No, like 2 months?
There's a lot coming out in the next few days.
Yeah, all right. You run it off.
All right, quickly as I can.
So we're going to do the Xbox 360, and then I'll look through those while you do that.
I'm just at the all upcoming games section was where I was.
Yeah, but you can't do that because it's going to show like mobile games and stuff.
All right.
So just hit Xbox, and then we'll...
So, we've got Gears of War 3, Ram's Shadow.
It's like a DLC.
Apparently. Oh,
You gotta give the dates.
Okay, that is December 13th, 2011. Also on December 13th, Rocksmith, the complete real guitar kit for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox. We also have Joe Danger Special Edition. This is a game I saw.
Danger?
I saw it at PAX. It was a a downloadable title that I think they'd done for the PS3. Picture Excitebike, where you're just trying to do tricks. The game looked like it had so much heart. It was so cartoony and cute. I mean, wow.
Huh.
Yeah, that's December 14th. Then we got Trine 2 on December 21st. Battlefield 3 Back to Kark, and oh look, we've got DLC, and it's only been a month and a half. Got Trials Evolution.
I'm on the PS3 side, so if there's something different, I'll just shout it out.
All right. Then we got on December 30th, also a bunch of these December 30th. Trials Evolution Racing, and then oh man, let's see if this is better than Destiny. Marvel Pinball Vengeance and Virtue.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
We also have Vessel, which is puzzle action. And on December 31st, we have Capsized, a platformer. We have Ares, Extinction Agenda, which is also on PC and on Windows Phone. Then we're skipping ahead to January, folks, because we've got
actually on PS3, December 31st, we have Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Chaos Theory HD. And Pandora Tomorrow HD. So those are games I think are on the original Xbox, and that are now going to be in HD on the PS3. And Armored Core 5, I don't know if you saw that. Did you announce that?
I was about to do it.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
My thunder, my friend.
Okay.
January 3rd, 2012, Armored Core 5, bringing back the series of happy fun robots blowing each other to smithereens.
You always liked that game, right?
I loved it until I got to this one arena battle in 3 I couldn't finish because I had a cheap effing rocket grenade launcher that would set you on fire so you couldn't move. I mean, and on January 3rd, we also have Two Worlds 2, Pirates of the Flying Fortress, an RPG.
Hopefully it's better than the first one.
So is Two Worlds 2, does that mean there's 4 worlds now? I'm a little lost.
There's two worlds. Just go.
Okay. We also have Sledgehammer, which is racing. And, back, NFL Blitz.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we move on to January 10th, where we've got a little bit of an invasion of television. Deadliest Warrior, Ancient Combat.
Hopefully that's better than the first one also.
Yeah, well, I can only hope that they do a fight between a ninja and an armored knight, where the ninja just waits till the knight goes to sleep and kills him. Because that's kind of what would happen. Now, here's something that you guys might really enjoy. January 24th, Silent Hill HD Collection.
Wait a minute, I got National Geographic Challenge.
Oh, I'm sorry.
January 10th for the PS3.
Mm-hmm.
And did you get the Silent Hill HD Collection?
Yes. Yes, I did.
You said that?
Just did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's going on the PS3 as well. That is going to be cool.
Yeah. So, you got anything up until January 31st?
No. Well, Soul Calibur 5.
Oh, yeah, I got that. Well, up to January 31st. We got that, too, on the Xbox side.
Okay, go on.
We also have Never Dead, which I guess you can't lose because you're never dead.
All right, so that's December and January. These games you're going to get?
Me? I'm tempted to look at Armored Core 5, Marvel Pinball. I don't know. I love pinball, but nah.
I might check out Silent Hill HD Collection.
Might check out Joe Danger. I'd play
Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
God, I've been there with Soul Calibur.
Yeah, I'd get Silent Hill, but I'm too much of a wuss, so I can't play it.
I will be getting this game coming up. I don't know if it's going to be good, but I just feel like I always have to get them. Final Fantasy 13-2.
Yeah. Actually,
I wasn't really a fan of Final Fantasy 13, but I probably will get it.
Well, the way it's written here, it's Final Fantasy 13-2, so maybe it's Final Fantasy 13-2, and it's actually just a repackaging of Final Fantasy 11.
I would definitely not get it then. Whenever I've been to Final Fantasy 14, I think, came out while we were in Japan. It never came out here.
It came out, just nobody really cared.
No one likes it.
One of my friends bought it.
Oh, I didn't even know it came out. Okay.
Yeah. So
we'll do February and then we're done.
But February is such a long month.
Oh, come on, dude.
I'm kidding, dude, because it's the shortest month. Anyway, yeah, we got February 7th. We have Inversion, a shooter, which I hope lets you at least choose whether you want the stick to be inverted or not. Also on that same day, we have Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning, which is an RPG. We also have Combat Wings, The Great Battles of World War II. And Binary Domain, an action game from Sega.
You got Devil May Cry HD collection. Do you have that?
Yeah, I'm still on February 7th, man.
What's up with these, like, all these PlayStation 2 era stuff is coming out now in HD collection. It's pretty out of control.
Well, they want money.
Yeah, I guess they're good games, too. I mean,
oh, yeah. But I can't...
a lot of the games now are basically those games in HD anyway.
I know, right?
Like, a lot of, like, the games that come out now are tremendously different than the games that came out 10 years
and
ago.
they're yelling at Sonic.
Right, but it's just a matter of, you know, they bump up they put in HD, and, you know, that's about it. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, well, we also have Naruto Shippuden, Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations, and you can tell when a game's really, like, anime or Japanese because it will have, like, 5 words after or before the title.
Right.
You can't just have Ninja Storm.
They do that on purpose,
or Ultimate Generations. You have to have Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations.
That's done purposely in the U.S.
Yeah, but you know...
Like, oh, well, it's got Japanese words in it. You gotta get it.
If there's one thing that will protect you from Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations, it's definitely Dance Magic.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't worry. Also coming to your lovely Xboxes is Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition. Because apparently there's a better edition now.
Yeah, I didn't even get to that one yet, so...
And the last one on the list for February 7th, The Darkness 2.
Darkness 2.
Mm-hmm. All right, my next date is February 12th. You got anything in the middle there, buddy?
I have nothing. I have February 14th is the next one, PS3.
All right, well, I guess PS3, for some reason, isn't mentioning Heavy Fire Afghanistan.
That is a console exclusive, one of the awesome exclusive games on the the Xbox, I guess.
Yeah, well, we've also got... actually, it's weird. It lists PC and PS3, but it's not on your list. I smell conspiracy.
It's just I don't think this is incredibly accurate. Remember last time it had like several games that were missing?
Yeah. But one thing that is undisputed is UFC Undisputed 3 on February 14th. So get it for your darling for Valentine's Day, everyone. Or if you want
a lot of stuff on that's Valentine's Day is a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you can mess with them, get them SSX and cross the second S out with another letter.
A ton of games on this day.
Yeah. Oh, we've also got Brothers in Arms Furious 4, Ninja Gaiden 3 if you want some more. Asura's Wrath.
Whoa, we have Twisted Metal.
Oh, Twisted Metal, no zicking way.
February 14th.
Yes. Dude.
You're telling me this is going to be a change, I think, but Ninja Gaiden 3 and Twisted Metal on the same day?
That's not cool.
And on Valentine's Day, so I can't even play.
Oh, dude, I'm reserving you for Twisted Metal, dude. That's it. No, it's gonna happen.
I'll be booked on Valentine's.
Sick, I have to get a PS3 or I can't play Twisted Metal.
No, it's on Xbox. No, you're right. It's only on PS3. Sick. I'm sorry.
Well,
that's what happens when you've been doing this for an hour or something, 40 minutes. I was about to say I was about to say it's also on Xbox. Yeah, it's not, obviously.
Otherwise, you might incur Asura's Wrath from Capcom on February 21st.
Yeah, we checked that out at Comic-Con. That looked pretty cool. I don't know if it'll be great or anything. But...
What is it as great as Outdoors Unlimited Hunting by Mastiff?
No.
Well, in that case, you might not want to upset the Syndicate from Electronic Arts.
Oh, there's 29 days in February this year?
No, 2012. Yeah, there are.
Oh wow, it's bizarre.
Yeah, so great. We got a longer month now.
I got Jack and Daxter collection.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Another PlayStation 2 era game now coming back in higher form, and we'll just throw a couple out there: Street Fighter X Tekken March 6th, and Mass Effect 3 on March 6th also.
Dude.
Wow. That is strange.
Well, as long as we're going through, I got a couple here more for February before I list a few more March ones.
Okay, well, I'm done, so just do what you got to do.
We've got Birds of Steel, which is a shooter from Konami, though. And as long as we've got Birds of Steel, we've got Blades of Time, an action game also by Konami. They really like this.
Should make Blades of Steel, the movie with Will Ferrell and the guy from Napoleon Dynamite.
That might be more amusing.
I would get it.
Then next we have Black Knight Sword, which is a puzzle adventure. All right, everybody. Then we've got XCOM. That's right, XCOM. By 2K Games this time, huh? And then we have Adidas Me Coach. I don't know if that's supposed to be a word. And then, Mass Effect.
What coach?
Me Coach.
Penn State? Penn State coach? Is that what you said?
That would be Meat Coach.
Oh, what the hell is wrong with you?
You're the one who brought it up, dude.
I didn't go that far with it. All right, continue.
Then we have Major League Baseball 2K12. All right, but for a March 6th release that everyone should pay attention to, Max Payne 3.
Is that really going to happen on March 6th, all these games? That is stupid, man.
Yeah, but Max Payne 3, John. Max Payne 3.
I don't care about Max Payne, dude.
Max Payne 1 was so good.
No, I didn't even care about it back then.
Captain Baseball Bat Boy.
It was so gimmicky, though. It had this Matrix.
You're gimmicky. No, this was awesome.
I am gimmicky. I know I am, but I was never into Max Payne.
Aw,
and if you're putting it out the same day as Mass Effect 3, that's going to kill it. And then you have Street Fighter X Tekken as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty big, so.
Oh my god.
I don't know, maybe they're going to move some stuff around. And Valentine's Day is insane, so.
Yeah, like, I hope your girlfriend likes, so yeah, you're going to get SSX from your girlfriend. That's what people are going to get. They're going to be like...
SSX actually has the Tricky song back.
Oh, it has it back?
They made like a press release about it.
They needed a press release?
Yes, we got the song again.
Yeah, that was...
Like, that's a big deal.
That was nice. That was awesome.
It's in the commercial or whatever. But.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, there's a couple of good games in there. I'm going to affiliate Mass Effect, Twisted Metal, Silent Hill.
Tempted to get Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry I might do. I did play all those games.
I've only played the first one.
3 is awesome. I think it's the best one. 2 is atrocious. I wonder if they're actually going to put it in there. Maybe they'll fix it.
So
that'd be nice.
From what I've heard, a lot of people's rankings go 3, 1, 4, and don't even bring up 2. Instead of 2, they'll say Bayonetta.
I'd say 4 is better than 1.
Really?
Yeah.
A little more balanced?
Well, it's cheap because you play through to a point. Then you switch characters, and then you go backwards through the same levels.
Aw, Link. Whatever.
I still like it. I think it was pretty cool.
Considering 1 makes you fight like Mega Man style all the old bosses again.
Bayonetta's a lot better.
I haven't played that yet either. And you think I would, because apparently everyone thinks I'm a pervert, but no.
Bayonetta's the best, one of the best action games ever made.
You know what I mean.
So. But, yeah, there's definitely a bunch in there we need to pick up, and as we'll, maybe I'll actually review them as we go on, so I don't have to do it all in one show like this. We do an hour and 2 hours where we've been done.
Yeah, but I'm calling it right now, dude. Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal, we're going to do a lot with it. I'm definitely going to play it and record it and stuff like that.
Better, man. Or I'm going to be sad.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Woo. You heard it here first, folks. I called it.
All right, well, thank you for listening. This might have been the longest episode we've done.
Yeah, we almost hit 2 6.
Which is kind of funny because we had the guy saying that he didn't want to listen at first because it was too long.
So I don't know if that means we're doing it wrong or right.
I'm not sure anymore.
Does it even
We're just doing something. We're just doing it. That's all I know.
Doing it well?
I wouldn't say that. We're just doing it.
Okay. I'll go with that.
All right. So, just want to thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. I enjoyed doing it. Any last words, OJ?
Thanks for listening, everyone. Keep up the good work, and be tuned for some more cool stuff from the show.
All right, so thank you for listening to John Rambo Presents the best in free and optional entertainment. Thank you, and good night.